Howdy fellow sublimation peeps. Today's video is going to be a short one. We're going to be talking about 5 tools that you need in your sublimation workshop that'll make the job a little easier and improve your overall workflow. First up is the tape dispenser. This is the one I personally use, only because I didn't know about these, because I probably would have gotten something like that. This basic one does a really good job, nothing special. But as you can see, for a few more dollars, you can have the enhanced functionality of it, cutting the tape for you and all that. Overall, I feel like this one's a better value, but I just didn't know this one existed when I purchased this one back in 2020. But yeah, this is one of the biggest time savers of all. Cutting tape with scissors just is not the way. For recommendations, these are the 2 types that I would recommend. I probably, to be honest, would recommend this one over the other one, just because it pre-cuts the tape for you and just makes life a whole heck of a lot simpler. Next up, we'll talk about one of the tools that's most commonly used in my workshop, which is my paper cutter. Mine is a Westcott one that's it's a little older. It's kind of similar to this Amazon Basic one right here. Overall, it's a really good, it's a great cutter. As with most, I think almost all of them are like a 12-inch capacity from what I see. That seems to be a fairly universal standard. But it's 100% worth picking up, especially if you're doing like tumblers and stuff and just need to kind of slice the edge nice and clean where you can wrap the tumbler. It makes smaller projects much easier. Like when you're cutting multiple things that are in a row or templates or anything, it's just way better than using scissors. All right, we'll go over a couple of the options here. This is the Amazon Basics. It's very similar to what I have. Good reviews. I don't know much about it. They actually offer a 15-inch one as well. I don't know that helps that much over a 12-inch cutter, but they do offer it. The Swingline brand, that's very similar to what I have, with the little rod right there and all, nice color and everything. Probably a pretty good unit. I don't know much about that one. And then the Westcott one, which is similar to what you can find at Walmart. All right, guys, next up, we're going to talk about something that I hope you already have, but just to make sure you have it, which are some good heat-proof gloves. The ones I use are they're Wiresters, but they're very similar to these. You can find them under a bunch of different brand names because they're just kind of an OEM product that a lot of people have started importing. Overall, these do a great job. They get a little warm for things like mugs. There's also a red brick glove that I can't seem to find anywhere, but I do have a pair of those, and they are very heat resistant, but they are very large, and you don't have the same feeling that you do with these. These are nice tight fitting gloves for somebody with large hands. If you have smaller hands, you can get away with some of these. They make these in multiple colors. And these work really well, but they just don't fit my big hands. They're made for smaller. The universal size does not fit grown man hands. It just doesn't work like that. But yeah, you definitely need some of these to protect yourself against the heat for anything like tumblers, coffee mugs, any ceramics that you do, anything that's going to require something that's heat proof for you. All right, and next up is something that I haven't invested in yet, but it's definitely something that's on my to-do list to get, which is a butcher paper holder and cutter. That way you can just pull out the piece you need, that just enough to cross your heat press and then tear it. Overall, this will be an awesome addition that would save a lot of time. I'm actually going to try to make one with like jigsaw blades and stuff. It's a project coming up. It may be a failure, and I may end up getting one of these anyway. But I have an idea for one that'll be really nice looking, and it'll be a cool project. But overall, I say one of my least favorite parts of sublimation is actually cutting this, because right now I cut this with scissors and it feels like it takes forever. So it's really a dumb waste of time. So one of these is rather helpful. All right, last but not least, a lot of people aren't going to agree with this, but I think an infrared thermometer gun is something you need if you're troubleshooting like heat presses or really anything like that. Any heat related issues, you can usually get to the bottom of it with one of these, and you'll want something that will go up to probably 500 degrees. But yeah, what this does, it just uses a laser to basically check the temperature of anything. You can use it to troubleshoot like cold spots in your heat press, issues with like your oven if you're doing like tumbler stuff like that. There's a couple different options. The E-Tech City's a good looking one. Most of them go to about 1,000 degrees or so. All right, guys, that about concludes today's video. Feel free to give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to check me out on social media, check out our Facebook group, check out our newsletter, and all the cool links down below. And guys, I appreciate it and have a good day.